Hello, beautiful hearts. I'm back. I have missed around 6 months or more from recording this podcast, and I have my own motives, and I will share with you today a part of it. But today, actually, all in all, I want to share with you my new story. A story that teach me to have patience, to never give up, and to stay under pressure until I crack and I allow divine through this physical body. So, some of you know my story, a part of it. I have been shared it in the beginning of this podcast. And it was about suppression, sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, mentally abuse. So was all this cocktail where I have been go through human trafficking, being trafficked by my own husband that has been grab my mind, my body, my soul, my everything. So I was like a doll because of my incapacity of standing up for myself or speaking what I desire and what's wrong, not being possible for me because I was coming from a background where woman was suppressed, where the pain, the domestic violence was on the table like weekly. So all that create in my head a reality that I was incapable and hopeless to live my life by myself. So I always hold on or get or being attached on a man or on that relationship because that was my patterns. What can I do? What you see that you do till we wake up and realize, hey, wait a little bit. This is not what I want in my life. So you know how I have overcome that story, and I start somehow share with you what has happening in my second relationship, where in the beginning I saw it as a heaven, as a release that was there, a beautiful experiences. As we know, everybody has the white and dark experience every day, but that was a huge experience is have given for me to see, to choose, and to stand up firmly this time. So I was married second time and everything was perfect. In that relationship, I find my hobby and the joy that my heart was super excited about teaching Krav Maga self-defense. And by doing so, I get my confidence back. I get this power to stand up and speak. And it's teach me a lot. Also, I released a lot of anger, energy that was in my body through the training. And I had a family, I had beautiful dogs, everything was perfect till, and also in this period, I grow up spiritually without knowing it, without having any idea what means spirituality. So in 2019 was time for me to wake up. That started to be sign. I cannot say I fall into it, but I have been experienced psychosis, depression, periods where I was crying so hard, so deeply without understanding, but hiding myself from people. I don't want people to know all this because for whatsoever reason, that's me hiding myself and crying my own pillow. So this experience have been getting so wild where I could not stop myself being in public places. I was on my job and I was crying, not knowing why, not knowing how to stop it, not knowing who to talk, till I arrived to a place of mentally breakdown because logically I wanted to understand what's going in my life, why I feel like dying when I have everything what I want, when I have exactly those things that I dreamed of: a relationship, a house, a hobby, a job, a income. I had a normal, perfect human life. But still, there's something inside me was screaming. So it's necessary for me to have a mentally breakdown to break that illusion that I was holding for myself, to to allow my heart, to allow my soul to come more into making more space to this body. So I have decided to divorce, not knowing why, not knowing what I'm doing, not knowing where I'm going, but I did it in despair with fears, and I felt like I was free. I felt like for the first time in my life, when I took the decision to divorce, I felt like I am free. Like, what is this? Still not knowing why, and still a part of me was in pain because of dogs. There was like my kids. I loved them because of not understanding what was in that relationship, why I need to leave it. But the universe, the God, have given me some glimpse of understanding why to stay away. So that's what helped me somehow to pull myself away. That was for, let's say, 2 years of separation where I was in my own life, doing my own things, connecting, open my heart, dealing with my own suppressed emotions that I have been experienced. But one day, having my own journey, I have received this voice telling me, connect with my ex-partner. And I was like, what I mean? Like, why should I? Like, no, I don't want that. Why? But I got this connect with him again. So I did so. And not knowing why. And when I come back, not in a relationship, the situation was in such a way that I was pushed to come back. My financial was going down. I was not able to pay my rent. I was not able to find a job. So everything was collapsing on that place. So I kind of was pushed to come back. Being back, I have no idea what was all this about. Being back, we communicate, and kind of we wrap off all that what it was, and we say, okay, we are good friends right now. I will stay for a period here. My life is a little bit crumbling. I don't know what's going on, but everything is fine. So we both decide that I will stay in his place for a period and we will be good friends. That's what it was. And life moved on. It took 3 years, almost 3 years, to actually understand what life wanted for me to see, to feel, to understand, being back in the past. So, being frustrated in the same time because I was like, what's going on? I feel like go back in a hole, being back, in this close to this person and in this environment. I felt like I'm drowning. Like, what's going on? But I have been moved on constantly. The things is that I needed to see the version of me that I was not seeing fully, but the version that I don't want to hold on. Beautiful heart. And these 3 years, it was hell, emotional hell. So many ups, down, through so much pressure, gaslighting. I felt mentally raped because whatever I was sharing, speaking my heart, my truth, there was the words to talk me out from my understanding of life and of who I am. But I choose to still move on, slowly, pulling back, not sharing so much of my world, of my life, of who I am, and just keep on observing. It was painful because there was moments where I was aware of what's going on. I was giggling inside me, saying, I see you. But there was also a moment where somehow I was falling in those games. And this was going for a long time. Going to a point where I say, okay, I am accepting this. If this is what I need to experience, if I am here, that's mean there is a reason for that. I just don't know exactly what is that. So I accept to be in an environment where somehow I felt hopeless, but on the same time, I was aware of my journey being in this space. There was, as I say, and I share with you, there was manipulation on a big scale, mind games on a big scale, gaslighting, uh, speaking about people that I am surrounding myself with. It was, the devil sneak its tongue in my ear to make me to change my opinion with people that I am surrounding with outside of the place where I live, to to talk me out, to make me believe that they are not good for me. But I observe and I say nothing. And actually I stand up for those people because I knew they are there for my soul, for my heart, for nothing else. And I continued this journey till one day where I guess my soul decided, okay, my love, today we do it. And was happening some experiences where is reaching the point of no return, was the point of not return. There was some action done where I saw and I understand immediately that was the message the universe wants to show me. Look here clearly. This is what's happening, and this person creates this in your life. It's just manifested in the physical world where I could not deny it. And I was not mad. I just say like, what the fuck? And I go on my own space. I was not angry. I was not sad, but something in me has just stopped. And in that moment, I felt something in my body moving till I felt some pain. Guys, the point of no return was when I have been decided, my soul, not me conscious, my soul has been collected enough data through the experience to see, to observe, to feel, to deal, because everything what was projected on me, I needed to deal with that energy, to release it, to do an extra job, because this extra job have straightened my power. This point of no return was, and that day when universe showed me this was happening, I fall on my knees. I cry my heart out. The emotional breakdown that I was going through, I felt like my heart was breaking in pieces. I felt a knife cutting through my physical body while I was holding my whole chest, not crying anymore. I was screaming. I was screaming in pain. I was begging God to help me. And I just say, God, please help me to go through this because I don't know how to do it. I could not breathe. The pain was crucial. I felt bleeding. I felt the cut inside my body. The words are not enough to express that kind of pain that take me to kiss the ground, to do whatever it's take to get free from that huge physical and emotional pain. So I did it. God was there with me. I did it. Half hour after this, I felt like I'm out of life. I felt like I'm just a body walking around. I felt so exhausted in all levels, all of them, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I felt like I'm just hanging around. I don't know if I'm alive or if I'm dead. And sitting with myself could not even think. That's how it was. It's like everything was split in pieces. I could not take myself. But God have been taking care of me. Universe, source, divinity, call it, name it. I'm so grateful, guys. Because in those moments when I was just hanging and walking to one corner of a room to the other one for 1 hour, holding my whole chest that was still in pain, and just walking and try to find out what is this, what's going on, what what is going on. And in that moment, divine, God, universe, my higher self, I don't know what, has been show me, give me all the piece of puzzle, all what I was did to myself, staying in this environment, holding on this friendship, or so said friendship relationship, and what actually was he played the game with me. I saw it all. How I hurt myself by giving, by loving, by hoping to wake up, have showed me clearly what all that was about. I understand I needed to come back into the past to learn my lessons that devil want to play out. to be under pressure, to hold that space, to boil inside, to have the time here and there to breathe. But I was constantly under pressure because my heart was holding on that soul. And in that moment, I saw it clearly. I saw what divine wanted me to learn. And in this way, I clean my face, not with rage, but with compassion, because I understand they have been choosing another game. And because I don't sign up for this, I choose to close the door, to cut the cords, and to release. I understand that we may be put in the world connection just to learn more of who we are. It has been given me to see the illusion of what I was thinking that I am. I have to crack my heart open so to allow the truth to come. Not in my mind, but in my heart and my whole body to feel divinity. And the whole spectrum of who we are. I realize that I was still holding of a reality that I tried to control. And because of me doing it, God say, okay, my love, move through it alone. You can. I know I was not alone in it. I was so much surrounded, but whatever I was going through, I needed to be alone in it. I learned that divine power is more powerful than humans and their egos wants to believe. I learned that if there is not willingness, just move on and let them live exactly that what they create. And to not feel guilty for moving on and letting others in their own mess, because we have and is our responsibility to deal with our own shit. I learned that devil can be real and it's working through humans as well as God that we are and have within. That's why we are both human and heaven. We are soul and human body. but we get confused at times. So I see and understand how devil can work through people, how they can sneak their words and play the game so the mind to trigger, because they cannot go in our hearts. There the door is closed, but they can play with our minds so they can take over, take control. I face it, guys, and I know it's possible to go through the most painful experience, but with your own strength and never giving up, to hold that pressure till one day you will crack. But that crack will be your gift, because that moment you will allow the guide to take space within. This is my story, what I have learned to pick myself from that mud, to see their soul, but understanding they have free will. It's not my business to blame myself on that. Even though my heart will want to bring more humans home to go together, I realize I am on earth, and we all have a choice. Just listen to your heart. Today I stand in divine power and speak my truth and from where I come. But all that pain and all that illusion was never the truth of who I am. People can hold perception of who we are and what we lived, but barely they can understand that spirit from within is strong. Today, I feel the God within. It's walking by my side. We are together. And this power that I feel, oh God, is give me this strength. Not even my mind can wander. There is no fear my mind can have, because I feel the spirit. And my human mind has been give up, or better say, has been obey to divinity. This is the gift that it have given for us to experience in this life. We may have some breaks, we may need to take some pause, we may want to create things, but then suddenly we are being stopped and we think that there is finish and we cannot more navigate. But wait, that's not the all. I was thinking I lost everything again that I create. And I say to myself, no, my love, you just begin. You just need to go back to pick those pieces of yourself that you have given away, to take your power back, to speak your truth and close the door. There is no way back. It's done. We're moving forward. And I wanted to share with you my love. This is my new story, that it was meant for me to go so deep so I can understand humans and I can liberate my ancestor generations. Because a seed is planted in ground and is cold and dark. And this seed to grow through that feels so much pain. But remember, you need to put some water and to keep of pouring water on that seed, that's your own soul, and to let its time to rise by itself out from that ground is your soul that has been planted on this earth for you to grow. Beautiful hearts, you have the power. You always had it. You don't know. Because we live in an illusion that it's created in our minds. And we hold on that because we don't have that awareness to comprehend that there is so much more. I rise above all this suppression. I walk through hell to find delight. And right now I understand that feeling that I had it in the beginning of my wake up, where I felt Lucifer, how he is holding that light, living in the dark. Because everything that we have heard, even the Bible, is not right. We are on a point to rewrite our story, and we can do it only when we take responsibility for every crap we done and said. Nobody comes here to save us. It's your duty to clean the mess. Don't expect somebody to knock at your door and to say to you, let's go, you are free. Because we live inside the body with divine, but also with devil. The devil playing mind games, and often it stays in our minds. The heaven divine is in our heart that speaks the soul and who we are. And we have a choice to choose control our life by choosing logically to move through this life, or we allow the unknown to take us and to walk this path, trusting that we will arrive exactly when it's meant for us. Dare to crack your heart open. Dare to feel all that inside. You yourself, alone, together with yourself, because you are not alone. Beautiful heart, I share with you my new story because I realized I needed this this breaking point where there is no come back from that. I needed to arrive here to finally understand what the heck. I am so grateful for all this pain and for all the rejection that I felt in this life. I'm so grateful for those that have dubbed and planted seeds of doubts in my own mind. I am grateful for those that have been looking down at me, thinking I'm just another crop. Thank you. I want to say thank you to all of you that have dubbed, because all that pain and all that projection, I swear to God, was helped me to rise above, because we have the power to alchemize all the shit into the light, and we are polished by all this projection and pain that others throw at us. We are being polished. So one day when we will crack, to let the soul finally to breathe into this body, to understand that was the gift, because the pain, it's helping to grow inside. The strength and the power is in your soul and in your truth. There is no other abundance than to know who you truly are. And from that space, you walk with an army that you cannot see, but you feel them. And they are with you. You walk the path this time, not alone, but the whole heaven that walk with you. I want to share my story so you to hear that everything is possible when we are not giving up. And remember that we have been given exactly that, how much we can carry in this life. If you think it's hard, remember that's your cup. And never wish, will, and negative thoughts for others, because your mind or devilish thoughts come to tell you some things that are not right. Don't take more karma on your shoulders and live your life. Focus on yourself. If you feel to speak some truth, so do it. Even though your mind feels this is BS. There are moments when you will feel you are pushed to speak your truth, but your mind, your logical mind, will not fully understand. Why me? Why? Why I need to say to others things that have nothing to do with me? Listen to the voice that whispers. Listen to your soul. I guarantee you, when you arrived to the point of no return, you will see everything why was needed that to happen. Not for you to fall on knees, but for you to have more power, to stay strong for what's to come, to have your heart with you always. I share my story so you will know that this is possible. So, with this said, beautiful hearts, I want to say I am back. I am back. And we take it from here. I allow to step in a world where is unknown, where I don't know anything what's happening, but I trust that whatever I'm going, I am in the right direction where I need to go. I finally let go of controlling. I finally let go of controlling my life and allow the spirit to flow, to act, to speak, to be through this human being. Because we all have the potential to make space for God within. Leave the baggage that you carry. Feel the crap that's deep hidden within. Work with your own human being. And remember, you are a soul. Beautiful hearts. I feel like this was what I wanted to share with you. Is my comeback story. And I'm super excited. I'm so excited to see what life has to more bring. I mean, if that what I was going through, I was thinking that's the life that we are living in. Now I feel that's just the beginning of more, of more that's possible for us to live. Beautiful hearts, thank you for being. Thank you for walking your path. Thank you for doing your work so we together move closer and closer home.